is happening, everybody? My name is Beth and welcome back to Every Day is Spooktober. Now, today we have the review of, as you can tell by the title and the thumbnail, it's no secret, Halloween Ends. I went and watched it today and there's a lot to talk about. I'm just going to share my thoughts. Obviously, there was a lot riding on this film. There was a lot of expectations people had and wanted. And just from looking at reviews, it hasn't done very well and audiences haven't been rating or reacted to this very well. So yeah, I'm just going to get straight into this and I'm let you know what I thought about it. This film was a big deal. Like, this is a big deal. It's like the end of an era. It's the end of Laurie Strode. She's never coming back. And also, you know, Michael dies. So, I mean, obviously he can come back. But you know what I mean? It's the end of, like, this story. So this story's never going to come back. We're never going to revisit it. So it's, like, a big deal. It's a big finale ending. And people expect so much. Which, I mean, you would with a final film wrapping up this trilogy, which I know a lot of people have had mixed feelings about. I think Halloween 2018, I enjoyed it. I thought it was a decent film. I think Halloween Kills, everyone's got their reviews on that, and yeah, for me, Halloween Kills, it wasn't great. The story was very weak. Then we have this, Halloween Ends, and all I'm gonna say is, like a lot of people are saying, I was not expecting the film to go where it went at all. And the one thing I'm going to say here, just so that I'm not like babbling on, is this film in itself would be so good pushed to the side and not part of this trilogy. Just like, maybe they just do a random Halloween film after this trilogy. If they did that and this Halloween Ends was just separate to this trilogy, I'd actually be okay with it, because the film wasn't awful, it wasn't bad. I think it was engaging, it was entertaining, it was fun, but it didn't fit this trilogy at all. Like, I don't understand what happened, or what happened with the writing, what happened with the story. I've been struggling to like understand, like, what were they thinking? I mean, I was thinking, what were they thinking with Halloween Kills, because of how poor that film was. It was poor, but something it did do well is it still followed the Halloween theme. It followed Michael Myers attacking and coming out of the shadows and trying to kill everyone. It still did the same theme like every Halloween film does, trying to track down Laurie, trying to kill her. It stuck to that. But this one just went off the rails. This was nothing like that at all. I mean, I appreciate that, a lot of time has passed since the Halloween Kills. I completely understand that, which is fine. Laurie's kind of like moved into a new house and she's just trying to get on with normal life. First issue for me is, how has she gone all those years from, like, locking herself into this house in the middle of nowhere, having like hundreds of guns, training, shooting guns, like preparing for when he comes back, and then as soon as her daughter dies, she's like, right, I need a normal life now, and then goes and just lives in a neighborhood assuming that everything will be fine. I think the way it was set up was just wrong. I think it should have continued where Laurie lived, because she's been through all this trauma. Michael Myers is still out there. Obviously she doesn't think he's gonna come back, but it's like, it just bugged me how it was like, oh, like, my daughter's dead, but I'm gonna make a change now, and like, I live with my granddaughter. I just thought that in itself just didn't fit. For me, I felt it didn't fit Laurie's character arc. It didn't match with what has been going on previously. Like, it was just really weird. And then I also think when we have the sort of opening the film and we have Laurie writing a book, and I was like, how cliche is that? Number one, come up with something new. It literally was giving me like Scream vibes, obviously when when Courtney Cox's character, she's writing a book, you know, about the murders and all the stuff that's going on. It just reminded me of that, and I was like, this is just, I was like, I've seen this, and that's what I was sat there thinking. I was like, I've seen this before. What is happening? What is happening? And then obviously we have Corey, which just, I don't get it. I don't get it. And I know this before I watched it, I tried to avoid spoilers. But I knew that I heard that so many people were like, who is this random guy, like, who we focus on throughout the film? Because Halloween isn't about him, and that's like 100% I agree with that. Who is this kid, Corey? Like, oh my god, he really stressed me out throughout this film. Like I said, if this was separate and just a film on its own, okay, cool, it could be a fun story, you know, he's maybe trying to continue Michael's legacy because he's getting old now and he can't carry it on. But it's like, this is Michael's big end. This is how he ends. Where's the kills that are crazy like they have been in the previous two? Where is like the gore and the, you know, and the hunt for people? Like, where's that? It was just wasn't there. I'm so freaking annoyed about it. I think his character arc is interesting, and I think, you know, the situation that he was in when he was babysitting, I think his story is interesting, but he doesn't belong in this trilogy. He shouldn't be here. This story isn't about him. He just needs to go. He just needs to leave. I thought the sequence at the beginning, the sort of opening sequence, was like, could have been a good way to maybe like introduce Michael instead of, you know, instead of Corey killing the kid that he's babysitting. I think if Michael had killed both of them, great start to your Halloween film, brilliant start to your Halloween film. But then we have Corey killing the kid, which, can I say, when I was in the cinema watching it, I was literally cracking up when the kid just like flew off the stairs and like went onto the ground. Oh my god, that was so funny. I also think like the love interest between him and Allison, I think that was a bit like irrelevant. I mean, I understand she's like trying to live her life now without her mum, and like while she's still living with her grandmother, and she's got this job and she feels like caged in, which I think is an understandable sort of story for her character, 100%. But I think they took it way too far. Allison was like so full on. Like, she's not, in my opinion, she's not really been like that in the previous films. Like, their relationship was weird. They like fell in love within like 2 days. Like, I don't know. And then it felt very like high school. Like, I'm gonna go run away with my boyfriend because like I don't want to be here. Like, it felt, that part of it was very weak. I didn't really like the relationship, and I didn't see the point in the relationship. I know obviously it's the whole point is like she's in danger and she doesn't know it. You know, Corey's working with Michael Myers and obviously she doesn't know it. It didn't work. It just wasn't needed, I don't think, at all for this. I don't think that it did. I mean, for me, it didn't really do anything for me. It didn't make me feel anything for her or him, or it was just like, okay, cool, like, you're dating this guy and he's a serial killer. I genuinely thought that Michael Myers had retired from doing his thing and he turned into freaking Pennywise. Because why is he in the sewer? Why is Michael Myers just hiding in the sewer? Like, what is this? I kid you not, that's all I could think about. Every time Corey went back to the sewer and would see Michael, I was like, is Pennywise here? Is he gonna come out? Like, what? Why would they put that in the suit? I can't wrap my head around why they would choose that as a set location for Michael to be hiding out in. Like, why is he down there? It just, I don't know, it's just a really weird place, and I don't think it worked, and it felt like they were trying to copy or in a way remake certain films, you know, like Corey gets beat up by the kids, happens in It. He's getting bullied by these high school kids, and then they throw him off like the bridge or the road or whatever it is, and then he obviously finds Michael Myers underground. It was giving me major It vibes, and that's all I could think about. And all I could think about too is I was like, why are you in the sewers? Like, I know you're waiting for Halloween, I know you're waiting for Jamie, but like, and that's what I mean, we didn't get enough of Michael. Like, why is he down there? What has he been doing? Is he waiting to go and get Laurie? Why is he letting this Corey kid work with him? When has Michael ever reasoned with any human being and been like, you can work for me, or you can go and kill that person for me? That's never happened, because that's not how Michael Myers works. That's what annoyed me too. And then obviously it turns into like Corey taking the mask and then him being Michael Myers, and as soon as that started happening, I thought, this is a joke. I was like, this is such a joke, because like it sucks the horror, the, you know, the suspense, the thrill of Michael Myers, because you know it's not him under there, and then you're like, and I don't know, I think overall it also essentially makes you just not scared or like freaked out by the mask or even by Michael Myers anymore, because it shows that like loads of people can have this mask and take this mask and put it on and kill people, and it doesn't have the same effect anymore in the other films. I genuinely think like this Corey kid just ruined the entire friggin' franchise for me. I'm gonna look back at other Halloween films and be like, it's fucking Corey, or, you know, it's fucking Corey's cousin under there, like, who cares? Like, he has no relevance to the story, he has no relevance to Michael Myers, and he shouldn't have been wearing the mask. As far as the final sequence goes, I mean, obviously we knew it was an ending, so there was gonna be a big fight, there was gonna be a showdown, there was gonna be something, and can I just say, the fight between Laurie and Michael was pathetic. It was like 5 seconds long, and then like he was dead, and it was that easy. Why was it so easy for like the last 5 minutes of the film? For the past like 50 years it's been impossible to kill him. I don't understand. It was over too quick. Majority of the film should have been him hunting Laurie. Majority of this film should have been the showdown between the two of them, because it just wasn't effective. And then he died, and then they obviously can't get his body, and then they, you know, they squish him to death. Like, why didn't you just do that the first one, Laurie? What do you do? Why did you just do that? So many issues, man. So many issues with this film. Can't quite wrap my head around it still. And if I'm quite honest with you, I don't even know what I would rate this, because I'm still on the fence about what I would do. You know, I think with Halloween Kills, I gave it a 4 out of 10. I genuinely think that Halloween Kills tops this, you know? One of the biggest issues that I had with this film too is it just wasn't like the others. Like I was saying before, it wasn't like the others. The others, like, Michael's walking around and he's killing loads of people, he's killing different types of people just walking into their houses on Halloween night, like, and there's trick-or-treaters out, and, you know, streets are all dressed up with Halloween decor. That's how it's always been. Like, it completely lost the Halloween spirit. There's no Halloween spirit in this for me, because it didn't give me that feel or that vibe. And I mean, once again, Michael Myers is dead, so who cares now? Like, if such a legendary character is gonna die, you've got to do better than that. I was quite disappointed, although I had low expectations going into this, because I haven't heard great things, and I know it had a 5 out of 10 on IMDb, which I don't know if it deserves that. I think it might deserve lower, because my main thing here is this does not fit in the trilogy. This, as a film on its own, or a remake or whatever, is fine, but it doesn't fit in the trilogy, and because of that reason, it's just massively let down the franchise for me. You cannot end a franchise like that. It was disappointing. I wasn't very happy with it. Don't get me wrong, it wasn't a bad film, like I've been saying. I think there was fun aspects of it, and it was entertaining at times, but it felt like a very different kind of film. It didn't feel like the end of Halloween. It felt like a spin-off or something else. So yeah, that's my thoughts. Let me know what you think. Have you seen it? I'm glad I've seen it now and got it out of the way. But yeah, I was disappointed with it, which kind of sucks. I mean, I know they're not making any more, But yeah, I'm just gonna have to stick with the ones that I like and have to just keep rewatching those and make up a new ending in my head, because this isn't what I wanted, and I know a lot of people didn't. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.